until you get to what your DARE instructor would have told you would be an amount that would kill you. All right? It was a lie. There's no amount that can kill you. You just can't die from this stuff. I've researched a lot of the cannabinoid background and how it works through the whole endocannabinoid system. Everybody has the endocannabinoid system. It's part of your makeup. Your body produces THC, and it has the receptors for cannabinoids. All right. If the receptors and the body didn't produce it, then there would be no reason for it to be there to begin with. All right. Because the body does produce it, it's got to be needed. Nobody's really been able to figure out why yet, but nobody's ever been able to figure out the immune system. They know how to shut it off. That's what a steroid will do, is shut off your immune system. It leaves you very susceptible to anything else, but it can take you out of that distress during that flare of infection. All right. But nobody understands how the immune system works. So research has shown that the highest concentrations of THC, which is the main compound formed by the plant cannabis, it's found in breast milk of pregnant women. And it's theorized, and I mean, it seems pretty obvious that this theory has a lot of ground, that the idea of the high concentrations of cannabinoids in breast milk would be to act as an immune system booster, because that's almost what it seems to do. All right. When you start taking high doses of concentrated cannabis, such as Rick's recipe, all right, it does a lot of different effects at the same time. All right. One thing is, first thing it does is it relieves pain. It increases your heart rate by about 10 to 15 beats per minute. It's normal. That can be scary for people that aren't expecting it. All right. They can actually put themselves into a panic attack, thinking that they're going to have a panic attack from this. If they know that the heart rate is going to increase and that it's normal, then that's no longer an issue. The increase in the heart rate is very important because at the same time cannabis acts as a vasodilator. All right, and how it works is not like a chemical product like warfarin. All right, for example, not to pick on warfarin, it has its purpose and it serves its purpose, but I mean, there are better. Warfarin I don't like because it's dangerous. Most chemical blood thinners or pharmaceutical blood thinners are designed to prevent the blood from clotting. All right, not really that they thin the blood out, but they prevent it from clotting. So I guess it, for lack of a better word, it does seem to be a little thinner because the blood doesn't have that coagulation abilities to adhere to the walls or corners and things like that, going through veins and arteries. Cannabis works as a vasodilator by relaxing all of the muscles on the outside of the vein. All right, so it does nothing structurally to the vein itself or the blood itself. It just relaxes the muscles. This allows improved blood flow because the veins and the vessels are no longer being constricted. So if you smoke a joint and your eyes get red, that's why. All right, that release of spasticity, for lack of a better word, constriction on the muscle itself, is as soon as it's relieved, your eyes turn red. Well, for years they've been using cannabis with glaucoma patients, saying that it relieved the pressure behind the eyes. Well, that's exactly what it does. All right, it relieves the pressure behind the eyes. More importantly, if you open up those blood vessels in the veins and to allow that blood flow, then you're basically flushing a toilet. All right, you're cleaning your system out because more blood flow means healthier blood flow. Cannabis was like I say, patented as an antioxidant. Well, as an antioxidant, it would only make sense that it would be ideal for improved blood flow as well, because that would help clean a lot of the garbage and crap out of your system that, it's been laying around there for a long period of time. So we have pain, we have improved blood flow. Then we get things like a stabilized metabolism, all right, or for lack of a better word. Your body starts producing, or not producing, but using the organs in your body, or let's say, how would be a better way to put that? By regulating your metabolism, it starts to regulate everything else, such as your blood sugars, all right, where diabetic patients actually get to a point where they no longer need their insulin, all right. They don't need these shots because it's regulating out everything else. At the same time, a diabetic with an ulcerous tumor, which are very common, ulcers usually at the ankles and feet, I've seen these things disappear and leave no scar within a few weeks, all right, by a topical application of cannabis. These are the things the pharmaceutical companies don't want you to know, all right. These are the things that your doctors do know, but are afraid to tell you because you may get healthy, all right, for lack of a better theory. Until people learn that they've been lied to for the last 70 some years, then people are going to continue to be blindly led and suffer. So I can't sit and let that happen. Many of my friends can't sit and let that happen. So our goal is to tell you, all right? There's a lot of different theories with MS, but in Canada, cannabis is approved for multiple sclerosis. Not because patients said it worked, it's because patients proved that it worked. Right? All I can say is, if you don't want to suffer and you don't live in Canada, then maybe